This episode actually answered a question I had for like 20 odd years. From Digimon Adventure 02 episode 6, that's where Mimi met the O2 cast for the first time. I've always wondered, when the Roachman brothers were attacking the cast, they were chucking broken pianos, a fridge, etc. Where did they get that from? Now Digimon 2020 episode 42 answered that question for me. The data from the real world in regards to items from our human world materialize in the digital world from the data, and thus that's how we have real world stuff in the digital world. It was a nice touch. From the get-go, you knew that it was going to be an Izzy-centric episode, and they relied on his knowledge in order to solve the plot. And there was just a little Easter egg. When we see Raremon, remember, Raremon is one of Myotismon's minions. In the original Digimon Adventure, episode 31, Izzy and Garbermon were locked in a battle near the bay with Raremon. So this is a little Easter egg during Easter for us. And it was probably the last of the positives in my opinion. I don't think this episode was all that good. Now look, for what it is, this was a great showcase of Izzy and Ty's camaraderie and the little partnership budding. But if you look at it holistically, what happened in this episode? I thought a lot is going to happen, but it really didn't. When we met Garbermon and Chuumon, you'd think, okay, from what we see and how the episode is panning out, maybe Garbermon has a little agenda, maybe he has a secret motive, only to find out that there really wasn't a motive, and that was quite disappointing. It kind of fell flat. I was waiting for the heel turn, waiting for the double turn to find out, oh, actually Raremon is being persecuted by Garbermon, or Raremon's actually trying to clean up the garbage or trying to help out, but it's Garbermon who is the real villain of this episode. No, Garbermon was just, he was okay, and the last quarter of the episode, all he's just saying is Koshiro-kun. Now obviously it was great to see Izzy make a little weapon out of nothing, and it was a showcase of not only his ingenuity but his curiosity and what he can do and how he can recycle the technology of old. This episode actually was more a meeting of the old world and the new world. Garbermon being a very curious guy, a scientist from back in the day when the technology maybe didn't exist, and he's trying to disassemble and learn the technology, whereas Izzy is our new world. He's the embodiment of the latest cutting edge technology. So having a meeting between those two is representative of that notion. However, overall this episode had no stakes. I thought the fighting was a bit useless and meaningless. What did they achieve? What really did they achieve? And the whole, oh, the black lightning was buried under all of the garbage. Really? But you have to give it to it. I liked how they referenced the black lightning. I like the fact that they referenced the items from the real world in this digital world. And that's a nice little nod for consistency, because in the previous episodes we had the fridges on the floor and whatnot. So this is just them maintaining the world. So kudos to Digimon for that. I just reckon this episode was very skippable. What have we learned from this episode? What have we learned seeing the events play out? Okay, we know that Izzy's smart, but did we see a silhouette attack for Hercules Garbermon? Did they foreshadow a potential new Mega? Did they foreshadow Garbermon's development into potentially having that Mega evolution? No. There really was no stakes. There was no tension, no drama. This was a, all right, let's just have my food and put this in the background kind of episode. What's your thoughts? Am I being too negative? Maybe I am. Probably I'm not. I don't think I am. But even if I am, oh well. Comment down below. Take care. Enjoy your Sunday.